Hi traders, Anthony here. I'm back after a few days more or less out of action. Hopefully we're back to normal as of today. Okay, just taking a look at Bitcoin here. We've had this significant spike, and I think the first thing I want to say is just be careful. You know, there's videos out there at the moment with people screwing up their faces and screaming moon, and we've got rockets exploding and everything's urgent and shocking apparently, and I think you should watch out for Moon Boy Merrick here. It's important to stay grounded and approach trading with a level head. Okay, we've got to stay grounded. Any hype when it comes to trading your live funds is dangerous. Whenever I see people in the trading space overly hyped up, I see red flags and warning bells kind of go off. When I'm looking at a chart like this, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, where's the risk involved here? How can I protect my account, essentially? I like getting involved in the markets, and I think we need to come from not a negative approach but more of a cautious approach where we factor in the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario here is if we jump in here without careful consideration, we can lose money. There's a couple of things going on here. We've got this thin leg, up it went. So this gap that you see here concerns me. Okay, so we had something similar over here and the market kept pumping and then it pulled back. Look at the pullback on this. Another move, and look at this pullback. So wherever we see the market pushing up like this, where we have this thin candle here, I'm expecting the market to fill this gap, to roll over potentially and look for liquidity, possibly all under here, back down to this level here. Bottom line is I'm expecting a pullback. That's what makes more sense to me, given we've traded into this level here. It's a weekly key level, and we have this diagonal. Right, this is the crossroads right here. I mean, this could consolidate and it could push through. Okay, consolidate, pushes through, sure. But I keep coming back to, if we pull a line through here and here, and again here and here, and now we've got this level through here. It's a weekly level here, diagonal. So for me, I think if anything we see a pullback, I'd be looking for, if we use our Fibonacci, something like that. I am reluctant to get involved here to the upside unless we see a break and retest of this level, so that we crack this key level here, retest and fail. Then I'd be looking for a bullish signal if that's the case there, or I'd be looking for a bearish signal if we start to roll over here, trade back down into our fib zone, into the mean, the center line here. That's what makes sense. Bitcoin is closely correlated to other risk assets. So if we have a look at what do we got here? Yeah, okay, this is my layout. We've got the S&P 500. I'll open that up. It's the same thing with this, and also I want you to note the volatility here. So have a look at this. Candle opens, it's a daily time frame. Look how far it's spiked down within the day. Spikes all the way up and then closes here. And then we have this movement from here to here within a day. That's significant and similar. Okay, so we're getting this incredible volatility going on in the stock market. Now we want to consider that Bitcoin is closely correlated with this, so you keep an eye on this. And the other thing to note here is this 100-day moving average trading up into resistance. All right, so there's a couple of things. I mean, we either hold here, consolidates, and then we get a break and retest and we trade north, or we get the pullback and then potentially recover and trade north. Or, I mean, look at that. It rolls over, and we're in this bear market continuing to capitulate. I mean, they're the options. I mean, there is strength coming back into this. We can see by these candles here, definitely. without a doubt. The bulls are active. There are buyers, and that's the other thing to look for. When we look at a chart, is who's involved here. Well, we definitely have buyers interested in this. There's no doubt about that, and that's been going on. With this wick, this price pattern as well. Okay, we could consider this. It's a pattern that we see repeat. Alright, where the market spikes down. It's bullish. We can see the momentum. There's definitely buyers here. We can see that. And, we get this sell-off and then spikes down into liquidity. So the question is this smart money actually working their positions to continue this long? This wick down here is pretty significant. A lot of cases we'll see the market will wick down, and it'll wick down and we'll get a double bottom. It'll push up and then it'll wick down slightly further, and then we get our move. Okay, so this double bottom and then a final dip, and then we get the move. So this is a little bit different. Let's have a look up the top here. What happened back here? Okay, let's just isolate that and this. Look at the similarity. Okay, you can more or less spin this upside down and we have an interesting scenario going on. Right, so there is a possibility we could see this rotate out of this low here potentially. However, be prepared for a move back into our fib zone possibly, and that corresponds with our median, our mean, this line here. So that would be my ideal entry right there, long. If we see it hold here, if it pulls back, if it holds, and then we see a rotation on the lower time frame, we catch that rotation out. I think that would be the play that I'm interested in. Right? But then again, you can get involved on the lower time frame and mess around with the volatility if you want to. That's very risky, especially with the market the way it's been behaving lately. So let's drop it back to a 4-hour chart, and we have a breakout signal on the 4-hour, which is positive. See how overextended this is? Traded right up into this weekly resistance level here. And again, I guess if I pull my fib through, I'm looking at potential for this to drop back down into the mean and our fib zone. Something like that perhaps. If this inverted head and shoulders here holds. Well, it's looking pretty good at this point. Every time we've had one of these on a 4-hour, okay, I think we've seen some results. Let's have a look, go back and see what they look like. Okay, looks like the breakout was up here, but then again, be careful. Okay, there's a break here, retrace. Okay, we didn't get much out of that, although, yeah, the breaks on the 4-hour, we've got a little bit out of that one on the pullback. Some of them obviously more so than others. If anything, this signal is going to get us in early on in a trend. If the trend continues, we are getting in early on in the trend. Look at that. That is pretty significant. So the 4-hour breakouts, we want to take fairly seriously. There we go. Again, I'm going to wait for the move back into the mean. I want to see a touch on this center line here. Okay, I want to see the market, the price action actually touch that. And then I'm going to look for the rotation out, or at least come back close to it. Okay, so that will be an opportunity, potentially long, if the momentum holds up. If you want to go counter trend at this stage, well, counter trend depends on the time frame you're on, doesn't it? Let's have a look at the daily again. Kind of had this set up, that broke, and now we've got this set up here. So if you wanted to go for a counter trend at the moment, you could. Potentially, but watch out, it's risky. Go down to lower time frame and wait to see if we get a rotation. It is volatile. There you go, see that? We did get a breakout to the downside here, and look what happened. So that's just a dip into liquidity. Now look at this. This is the volatility I was talking about. With all this Russian business going on, we're going to see these strong moves, break to the downside, breaks to the upside. So it's not easy trading at the moment. The breakout signals are going to give us our best opportunity, but we've got to be careful. Okay, you've got to have to do a little bit of higher time frame analysis. You don't want to be trading directly off these signals at the moment, not with the instability, geopolitical instability going on. I think I'd be interested in shorting that if it rotated. So I guess that's something to keep an eye out for, and that would be break of that. Retest and fail, and then we could look for the pullback. We'll just keep an eye on this and see how we go. Okay, market is well and truly overextended. Okay, thin leg. That's what I'm expecting it to do. Let's trade back down through here. And maybe. Okay guys, I mean that's my take on Bitcoin at the moment. Keep an eye on the stock market, the S&P. Okay, if this starts to rotate here and we get a pullback here, okay, I would expect Bitcoin to follow. Now guys, if you've gained anything from the video, give me a thumbs up. Help my YouTube channel. It's definitely needing some love at the moment. Jump on board with us, click the link below. You'll find a link to my website. You'll be able to gain access, 7-day free trial to the indicators and our Telegram channel. So with that, have a great day, safe trading, see you in the next video.